What I can tell you is shortly after 3:30 p.m. this afternoon, one of the troopers assigned to Post 9 Marietta checked a black Chevrolet Silverado pickup truck speeding on I-75 southbound around Chastain Road. He attempted to stop the vehicle. The violator fled, engaged in the pursuit to approximately Delk Road. At that time, he and other troopers were trying to perform what we call a box-in technique, trying to channelize and slow the violator down. The pickup truck struck a second vehicle, a civilian vehicle in the rear, causing damage and causing a wreck and disabled his truck. At that point, he stepped out of the vehicle, and at that point, shots were exchanged. The trooper has been shot. He is here at Kennestone Hospital. I can tell you he's been shot twice. He's alert, he's conscious, he's talking. The violator, the other suspect I do know is in surgery at this time, and that's all I know about the particular individual. If you have any questions, maybe I can firm some things up.
Can you say where he was shot at, the extent of his injuries?
I can tell you that the trooper was shot in the lower leg, and he was shot as well in the abdomen below his bulletproof vest.
What can you tell us about the trooper here at the hospital now?
The trooper, he is alert, he's conscious, he's speaking, his family is here. He's already been speaking with the physicians. He's shot twice, once in the lower leg, once in the lower abdomen, just below his bulletproof vest.
Where'd the suspect go?
The suspect, where is he at here? He's here being treated. My understanding, he is in surgery here at Kennestone Hospital.
Can you give us an idea of exactly what happened out there on that interstate? They were trying to box him in. What happened that led to the shots? And go through it for us.
What I know at this point is the trooper who initiated the pursuit had been involved approximately 10 miles. Other troopers arrived to assist. They performed what we call a box-in maneuver. They tried to stop the vehicle, and one in front, one to the side, one to the rear. At that point, he struck another civilian vehicle, another uninvolved party in the rear, which disabled his vehicle. At that point, he comes out of the vehicle. He has a weapon. Shots are exchanged. I'm not sure as to the order and to how that happened, but they were exchanged between the trooper and this one individual.
We understand this started in Cartersville as well?
No, sir. It started up 75 around Chastain Road.
What was the initial stop for?
It was for speeding, traffic violation.
Any idea how fast he was going?
No, sir. I don't know how fast.
Talk to me about what happens at this point now. GBI takes over the investigation?
At this point, Georgia Bureau of Investigation has been called in. Cobb County is assisting them, as I understand, up at the scene. They will handle the criminal investigation. We are en route. We are doing the internal investigation. GBI will be doing the criminal investigation and the actual officer-involved shooting.
Obviously, this incident is going to have a huge impact on the evening commute. Can you talk about what's happening right now on I-75 southbound?
When I arrived at the hospital approximately 15-20 minutes ago, 75 North had 2 lanes moving, and I think they're still going to be out there for the most of the evening, and they will be repositioning their vehicles, setting up lights, working it. It is in fact a crime scene, and it takes a lot of time to process and detail. Unfortunately, that crime scene's on I-75 during rush hour.
What can you say about your trooper, his age, how long he's been with you, anything like that?
I can tell you he is a trooper. He's a 3-year veteran. He was assigned to Post 9 Marietta. I'm not sure his age.
Can you talk to us where the camera is rolling in the cars? Did they capture the incident?
I have not been advised if there are. The GBI has control of the vehicle as far as the crime scene. Our protocol is to have vehicles, have our cameras rolling. I have no reason to think it wasn't, but I can't confirm that it's on video at this point.
Now, can you tell us how many shots were fired approximately? Was this a raging gun battle?
I know our trooper was shot twice. I know he was able to shoot, return fire, and I know the suspect was struck multiple times. So I don't have an exact number.
Abdominal wound is generally really serious, but he sounds like he's alert and conscious.
He is alert. As I walked out, he was alert. He's conscious. Shot in the lower leg. I think he said that hurt him worse. More pain in his lower leg right now, but his family is here, and so as you can imagine, his spirits are a little bit better. Their spirits are a little bit better to see him.
When I first got here, there was real tension. Tell me about that and how it's kind of eased off, because obviously he's better than...
Well, you always have that tension because with a job that not only we do, all law enforcement does, and then when something happens like this, and until you can get here, you can confirm, you can speak to him, you always assume the worst, and thank God that this has not been the worst for him, or at this point, even the gentleman that he interacted with.
he came to Kennestone. Typically, when police officers get shot, they head to Grady. Was that just for proximity's reason, or?
I'm not sure. I can tell you the shootings I've had to cover and go to. This is the first time I haven't been to Grady, and you're exactly right. That somewhat is a relief when you think about it. But you know, this is a very capable hospital, and I'm sure the proximity helped. But he's in great hands here.
I know you said this already, but can you take us how it started and how it ended up at Delk Road and where the shooting occurred?
Yep, he checked him speeding I-75 at Chastain Road southbound. And I'm not sure the mileage is approximately 10 miles in a pursuit. As you can imagine, in heavy traffic. As they approached Delk Road, some other troopers had arrived to try to assist in stopping the vehicle. They were doing a box-in maneuver trying to slow him down. The violator struck the rear of an uninvolved vehicle, disabled his, and when he come out of the vehicle, almost immediately, my understanding, there was shots exchanged.
Do you know who shot first?
No, sir, I do not.
Anybody else in the truck with that guy?
No, sir, he was by himself.
How
Did
many
he
shots
slip
fired?
or roll, or I mean, did the truck just skid to a stop? It was like
I'm not sure
No
as far as exactly how the final rest was.
Can you say how many shots fired between the two?
No, I cannot. I can tell you I know two our troopers shot twice. I don't know how many times he was